Hello everyone. Welcome to my year-end review. My name is Christy Archer of Christy Archer Designs, and this is my knitting channel where I mostly talk about my knitting. Occasionally I throw in some other crafts that I do as well. But today, today is January 15th, I think. And I'm a little late doing this because holidays took over my life, and then as soon as that was over, my entire family got sick. So we are still coughing just a little bit, but we are back at it again. So I am ready to share with you guys most everything I made last year. I'm so sorry. I did not make as much as I normally would have. That said, there's still a lot. If you are new here, last year, I started a part-time job, and so that kind of took up some of my knitting time, but I still managed to get out quite a bit. So today I'm going to keep this very simple. I'm going to show you the finished object, tell you the pattern name, the yarn I used, and how much wear I get out of it. So because there's so much, I'm going to kind of flip through these fairly quickly. And I'm not going through this in oh my goodness, my brain is still fuzzy, order in which I made them. I've kind of separated them because I had a tendency to make the same pattern over and over again. So I've kind of separated them out, and that way I feel like I can get through them a little quicker that way. So I'm going to start with accessories, and then I will stand up and try on the garments. I do have a few garments that I will be showing because I made them for my daughter, but I'll pop pictures up anytime that I can. So that said, here we go. I'm going to start with socks, and if you're new here, I have a sock concept that you do not have to do a specific heel construction. So it's made with stitches that work with each other to naturally shape the foot, to shape and hug the foot. And I call them my Simply Irresistible socks, and I have an entire collection of them, and I'm constantly coming out with new ones. I have two that I'm going to show first that I made last year but have not released yet, and I hope to get them released very soon. Like I said, the holidays got away from me, and so yeah. The first ones that will be released this year are what did I name these? It's been so long since I've dealt with the pattern, I cannot remember what I named these. I will pop the name up here on the screen. But I do love these. I have not been able to wear them because I still need to get finished photos, but here they are. And so these will be a Simply Irresistible sock pattern. I cannot remember the name that I chose for this. And these are made out of Frankie Gray Fibers 8515 sock base. Love this sock base. I've made quite a few out of her yarns, and very pleased with them. So yeah, as you can see, these naturally, I specifically find stitches that work together. So you have a different stitch pattern on the top and a different stitch pattern on the back side, and they naturally shape and hug the foot. So when you wear them, you don't have, like with tube socks, you'll get this funny, or for me, I get a funny feeling across the arch of my foot, and it drives me nuts. So I can't wear tube socks, but it's a similar concept because this part back here stretches and hugs the ankle and the heel and the arch of the foot and everything. So these are really great, especially for gift knitting, which is how I came up with this design to begin with. I had family members wanting socks. So anyway, I said I was going to keep this quick and simple, and I go into a long detail, but that's the Simply Irresistible, and I'll pop the name of these up here. And if I have a photo, I'll pop it up as well. My second pair, same concept, and these are called basket weave. I love these. These are made out of Yarn Nouveau's Bliss sock base. Or at least I think it's the Bliss. She sent me two different types of yarns, and I can't remember. There were two different, I can't remember. Anyway, this is the Simply Irresistible basket weave. And again, this will be coming out very soon. And I'm not going to say color names because I don't know that I'm going to remember all the color names. I think this one was parchment. I know this one was olive. So I'll say color names when I can think of it, but other than that, okay, these I made for my daughter, and they have been worn a lot. So you will have to forgive the heel and toe on these. You will see that they have been worn. They have been washed and blocked, but yeah. These are, they've been worn. These are my jumbo sock, jumbo cable sock, Simply Irresistible jumbo cable sock out of Frankie Gray fiber yarn, 8515, and this colorway is slate blue, something like that. I can't remember. I know it was a blue colorway. But let me see if I can open the cable this way so you can see it. And I know I have pictures of this, so I will pop pictures up here as I have them. So that is sock number 3. Sock number 4, I love. I kept these for myself. And if you're new here, I live in the desert, and it just really hasn't, it's just now started getting chilly enough for socks around the house. So none of my socks that I made this year have had tons of wear. The ones that I made earlier in the year have more because it was cold when I made them. But these are Simply Irresistible cable. The others are jumbo cable. And the jumbo cable and these are available. And these are so much fun to make. I love these. And this is out of Yarn Nouveau's Bliss, one of her sock bases. I'm not going to try to remember. One of her sock bases. So yeah, there's that. And I do love this sock, and the color is a lot of fun. So, okay. This pair is Simply Irresistible sock Lotus. And this is a lace pattern. And again, this one's a lot of fun to knit. Just the repetitive nature of the knitting, the lace pattern is a lot of fun. And this is, once again, Yarn Nouveau's, one of her sock bases. And it is really cute. Oh, excuse me, excuse my washing machine. if you can hear that. It has this motif that to me reminds me of a lotus flower. So that's how that one got its name. And this pair is called Icing. This one is so much, I keep saying that, but this really is fun to knit. This has a slip stitch pattern, and the pattern to me looks like icing on a cupcake or a cake or something. And this pattern, once again, is available. So that is Simply Irresistible Sock Icing. And then I have two that I made that are from patterns that I released the previous year. And this one is Simply Irresistible Sock Fingering. This was my very first concept with this design. Well, actually, my first concept was with worsted. But this is done out of Daisy Stitch Co. Serenity, I think is what it was called. It was a sock set. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, featured my pattern in the, she does not do it anymore, but she had a monthly box set that she would do. At least I don't think she's doing them anymore. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, yeah, these definitely get a lot of wear. They're so comfortable. And you don't have to worry about, I have a really high arch, excuse me, so these socks work really well with my feet, my high arch. So that's probably why I make them a lot. I do have some vanilla socks that I'll show, but I do make these the most because they are the most comfortable on my feet. Okay, Simply Irresistible Sock Fingering. And this is, once again, Daisy Stitch Co. This was from her Lizzie sock set from Pride and Prejudice. And when she does her sock sets, you get a 100-gram mini, and then you get two 20-gram minis, if I remember correctly. So for a pair of Simply Irresistible socks, I can get 2 pairs of socks out of one sock set. It comes with 2 different minis, so I make one pair with one mini, and then the other pair will be made with the other mini. So I still have a pair of socks to make out of both of these sock sets, which is fun. Okay, that is it on the Simply Irresistible socks. I have some vanilla socks, and this year I was trying really hard to figure out a good way to do a cuff down afterthought heel sock that does not pull across my ankle. Obviously this sock blocker is too small or too big for my feet because these socks fit me, but the blocker is too big. Okay, so vanilla socks. These were made with I do not remember the yarn, but as you can see, and this isn't, maybe it's just because of the sock blocker, but these still pull across the top of my foot, but I do wear these. I wear these with my, my Doc Martin Mary Janes, and so there they are. Okay, I have another pair. I wish I could remember what yarn that was. I truly don't remember. Okay, this one was made out of Knit Picks Stroll. Ooh, yeah, these sock blockers are, I'm not gonna be able to do that for my vanilla socks. Okay. Vanilla sock, Stroll Tweed, and cannot remember the colorway, but this was cuff down, afterthought heel, standard toe. And again, I do wear these. These work really well with my Doc Martens. And then these, once again, these were where I was playing around with trying to come up with more ease right here. And so I did, right before I started where I was going to cut in for my heel, I did increases, knit a few rounds, and then did decreases back to, and that works, but I didn't like the look of it. So I tried other things, but it does fit well. So I will say that. And again, I'm sorry, I can't remember the sock names on these. The sock names. The yarn names. I'm telling you, I'm still fuzzy brained from being sick. Okay, and the last pair of vanilla. I don't know why I can't remember what yarns these were. And this, I think I did the same thing. No, I did not. I must have done something else. I know I tried different ways of like, oh, that's what I did with these. I can see it now. So right before I did the heel, I cast on extra stitches where the heel goes. That was what worked best for me. So I cast on extra stitches and then knit a few rounds and then decreased a couple of extra stitches to get back to my stitch count, so that when I went back and did my heel, I had more stitches to decrease, and that was what ended up working best for me with my high arch. So yeah, there's another pair of vanilla. These may have been some leftover of, no, I don't know what this yarn is. It may be Yarn Nouveau. This may be Hawthorne, Knit Picks Hawthorne, and this may be Yarn Nouveau, because I think I used this yarn in a shawl and this is what I had left over, so I was able to make a pair of socks. So that's it for the socks. I'm going to quickly go into hats. At the end of the year, well, this summer I made this one for my oldest son, and it was a copycat. I never bought the pattern because I was out of town, and he found a picture on Ravelry that he liked, and I just made it from looking at the photo. I have not blocked this yet, but this was made out of some yarn that I bought while I was in Chicago, and he picked it out once again, and it was like an acrylic wool blend tweed. I'll pop the name up of the yarn if I can remember this one, because I think I have a note of this one, I believe. Okay, and then for the holidays, the kids and husband, they all wanted hats. So I was playing around with, actually, 2 of them I do not have here, but that's okay. The first one I made turned out perfect. It was a green color, and I made it out of some Hobby Lobby yarn that is no longer available, and it turned out just perfect. Well, when I made that, everybody else in the family wanted one, so I decided to, excuse me, I just went and bought some more yarn from Hobby Lobby, and this was Yarn Bees, why can I not think? Yarn Bee, I can't remember, I'll pop it up here. And I've used this yarn before for things for my daughter. It just did not work well for this hat pattern. It just doesn't have the give. It's not as soft. I haven't washed these yet. Maybe after washing, they will soften up, because I think acrylic yarn does get softer with washing. So anyway, I made these 2. I made this one initially for my daughter, and then I made this one for my middle son. And then I was like, I'm not loving the yarn. So I went back to the store. Oh, I know what it was. I ended up going to Joann's for something, and they had wool of the Andy, Wool Ease. I think it's called Wool Ease, Lion Brand's Wool Ease. And that's 2 of the ones that I'm missing 3 hats. Sorry. Okay. I'm missing, no, just 2. So the first green one I made, and then I made my daughter this green one, which is really cute. It fits me. And this is out of worsted yarn. It may be a little twisted, but I love the way this yarn worked up for this design. And then this one is for, I'm gonna make a mess of my hair. This one's probably big, but yeah, it's big. This one's for my oldest son. My middle son, I don't have his with me. His is kind of a bluish color. So that was that. With that, I decided to write up the pattern for this because I just made it. And sorry, I'm getting myself all mixed up. So Knit Picks sponsors a lot of my patterns, and so I contacted them and they said yes, they'd be happy to sponsor this pattern. So I chose Knit Picks palette and a loft to make one for myself. And I didn't show you the crown on any of these, but it is just the cutest crown. I love it. And this is mine. And I wrote up the pattern, and it is done with testing, and I'm getting ready to release it. And this is going to be called the Everyday Ribbed Hat, and it is going to be for free. So as soon as I can get this released, it will be available in my Ravelry shop as well as on Knit Picks website. And I love this yarn combo. As a matter of fact, you will see this yarn combo again. Oh, not in this video. Nope. Sorry, that's in a couple of things I'm working on now. Okay, that is it for hats. And then I made my mother-in-law a scarf, and I still got to ship it to her, but I held off because I wanted to do this video. But this is just a nice long scarf. And again, I used Lion Brand's Wool Ease for this. I think the colorway was called charcoal. This was black. I don't remember what the green was called. And I don't have the blue with me, but I don't remember what it was called either. So that is it for accessories. I'm going to go over 2 knits that I made for my daughter, and then the rest of it I'm going to stand up and talk about as I try them on so you guys can see me wearing them. So my first one that I made for my daughter is a pattern that is now available. This can be worn as a tank top or as a vest, and it has ease recommendations for both in the pattern. This is made out of fingering weight yarn. This is Hawthorne Kettle in the colorway Volcano. This is a bottom-up construction. It gives you details on how to go about measuring and getting the right length. And that way, I know a lot of people struggle with bottom up, but it does tell you how to make sure, because I give strap length and detailed strap lengths, and you can try it on and then measure up your strap length and see if you need to add more or not. So yes, this is called the R&R Vest Tank. And again, it is available in my Ravelry shop as well as on Knit Picks. All of my sock patterns are available on in my Ravelry shop, and my Simply Irresistible sock fingering and worsted are available on Knit Picks. All right, and then the other thing I have for my daughter that I made for her is the Holiday Slipover by Petite Knit. And I made this out of Lion Brand's Hue and Me yarn. And this is the colorway Agave. And this is a top-down construction. And I'm not going to go into too many details, but this, forgot to mention, these are both worn a lot. She likes wearing these with dresses. She likes wearing this with pants and shirts, and she likes wearing this one with dresses. So those are worn. Okay, that is it for the things that I will not be trying on. I'm going to pause and get ready and try on the rest of the things and talk about those things that I have made. So give me just a moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I do have multiples of most of these things, so I'm only going to try one on. This is the Holiday Slipover by Petite Knit. I made it out of Lion Brand's Hue and Me yarn, and I do not remember the colorway. I also made this out of the same yarn in black, and the same yarn, this one I do remember, it was called Desert. So they're fun to make. They make up really fast on, for me, US 11 needles. And I do wear them. I wore them more in the beginning. But after I made these, I started making some Stockholm slipovers, and I do tend to prefer those. So I don't wear them as much as my Stockholm slipovers, but I do still wear them. If I were to make them again, I do think I would add more length to them, because I feel like that's why I don't wear them as much. I think the split should probably come down a little more, and then maybe make the, like if it came, like I'm constantly pulling on it, I think that would be a good length, but instead it's actually up a little bit higher, which this one's not as bad. For some reason, this one came out a little bit longer than the other two. That's why I put this one on. So, Holiday Slipover by Petite Knit, and I give it a 1 thumb up. Okay, let's see. This is going to be a huge mess. I guess we'll just go into the Stockholm vests from here. actually, I'll start with my Thea vest. I have made the Thea vest before, and I believe that's by Paula Strict. I believe. I have made quite a few Thea vests for the summertime, and I decided to make one for the winter time, and I do not wear it at all. I will put it on and I'll show you why I do not wear it at all. For summer, it's great, but for winter, I just don't think it looks, the deep U on it looks as nice as the Stockholm has it comes up higher. And then most of my shirts have pockets and the pockets end up showing. But I made this out of Cascade 220 Sport, and I love the yarn. I've used it quite a few times, you will notice. I think what I want to do with this is to frog it and to do the same thing I did with my other Cascade 220s. I got some, what was it? It was I think it was an alpaca. I can't remember. I'll pop it up on the screen when I get to that. Anyway, I held another yarn with it. I could hold a mohair with it. I just think I need to hold something else with it, and I think I'm going to do one of the Stockholm slipovers because I do like the color of the yarn. And I would like to get use out of this. So, Thea vest, do not wear for my winter version, but I do wear my summer versions. I don't know if I made any summer versions this year. So there's that. Okay, I made 2 V-neck Stockholm slipovers. This one I made out of Simply Alpaca Knit Picks, Simply Alpaca Aran weight, which it is not an Aran weight. There is no way you could get Aran gauge with this. I love this vest. I wear this vest all the time. I love the drape. I love the feel of it. It's soft to the skin. If I were to make a sweater out of this, I would wear it 24/7. As a matter of fact, I may go back and get some yarn to make this in a sweater because I do love it that much. I love the V-neck on this. I did make modifications. I'm not going to go into that. If you want to hear about my modifications, you can watch my podcasts. But yeah, this is, I cannot tell you how much I love this. This one gets 4 thumbs up if I had 4. Okay, and I do have more of this yarn. I have it in the cream color. I think this one was called, like, I'm not going to say it, but Alexa, because mine will go off if I say anything. I think that was the colorway name, but love the yarn, love the pattern, love. This one, again, I love. This one I do need to reblock because I made another one. And I will go ahead and throw this on. I know I said I wouldn't do that, but I did do a little split hem on this one, whereas the other one I did not do a split hem. But oh, I love my Stockholms. They are my favorite. I did do a little split hem on this one. I think this one I'm going to do a little bit of an aggressive blocking and go a little bit longer with it, but not much. Yeah, again, big thumbs up on this. This I made out of Cascade 220 and whatever that other yarn is. Oh, I cannot believe I don't remember it. Hold on. sorry, I just went and got the yarn because it was driving me crazy that I couldn't remember. So Cascade 220, and this is called West Point Blue Heather, something like that. Anyway, and then I also used Lang Alpaca Super Light with it, and I can't remember the color name of that. I think it was like light denim or something. I still have one more Stockholm to make, and love, 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 love everything about this. Okay. Then I made some Stockholm crew necks. I made 3 of them. This one, once again, is Cascade 220 and the Lang Alpaca Super Light. And the Cascade 220 colorway is Doe Heather. And I just recently reblocked this one, and I did more of an aggressive. I may have done it too aggressively. This one may have gotten too long. I'll get it just right eventually. I did do a split hem on it once again. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I do think I prefer my V-necks over the crew, but I do wear this one just as much. So yeah, yep, love it. The other 2 that I made before I found this yarn combo, and I'm really, really, really pleased with this yarn combo. They were made out of just some cheap Hobby Lobby yarn. This one was called, the yarn name was called Smooth Move. I don't think they have this anymore. This was not a Hobby Lobby. This was a Lion brand called Jean. And I love this. However, I do not wear it because I did not realize at the time that I was dealing with 2 different dye lots. Not 2 different dye lots. The dye lots were the same, but they made up differently. And so consequently, this one does not get worn. My black Smooth Move gets worn all the time. And that is why I want to remake it. I know this is a lighter gray, but I don't know, I may make another V-neck in this. I'm not sure yet, but I get a lot of wear out of this one. I do love this yarn. And there's no pill. This thing has been worn to death. It does need a lint roller, but there is 0 pilling. Okay, that is it for those vests. Okay, let me move these out of the way. Make room for more. This is my camisole number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I made this out of it's a cotton alpaca wool blend, and I love the yarn. What is it called? I'll pop it up here. I love the yarn. I love the pattern. I am definitely making more of these for this summer. I do think I made this one too big. I did not go with as much negative ease as it recommended, and I should have listened to the designer. But yeah, it's too loose, but I love this yarn. I will be making more of these this year, quite a few more, but I'll get into that on another video. Yes, highly recommend the pattern, highly recommend the yarn. I do need to remake this though. I don't know if I'm going to frock this because the way the neckband and armbands are done, it would probably be a little bit of a pain to undo it, so I'll probably just wear it as is. But the other ones I will be making out of Knitting for Olive wool, the merino cotton, and then I have some that is just the merino. I do prefer the merino cotton though for my my location. Okay, this summer I was looking for a nice little tank top and pattern, and I was trying to make up, or I bought the pattern for the Sayer top by Sayer top. I can't remember. I'll pop it up here. I bought that pattern, made it up, and did not like the way all of the finishings rolled because it didn't have, it just had kind of like an unfinished edging to all of the straps. And so I decided to come up with my own pattern, as I do, and this ended up becoming the R&R vest tank. These that I made this past summer, I did with an A-line. I think I'm going to go back and re-knit them straight. But again, these can be worn as a vest or as a tank. I made these to wear as a tank. I don't know if it will go over this shirt. We will try it and see. And I would like to make some of these as a vest because I love the way the back looks as a vest. Okay, it's a little bit tight for a vest, but you get the idea. It's so cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I have, this is made out of sorry, give me a minute. This is made out of Quince & Co's, what is it? Finch? Sparrow? One of the birds? I don't remember. It's the cotton. And I don't remember the colorway, but it's black. So I've got that one. This one I made out of a different yarn. What did I use? This one I think it ended up being a little bit bigger. It'd probably be better as a vest. These are all cotton though. Sorry. These are all cotton. Why can I not remember the color name? I mean the yarn name. These two were Quince & Co as well. And love. These look so cute in the summertime with little white shorts or whatever. This colorway was called Ore. And I'm trying to think, the baby blue one I think was called, can't remember. I think this one was done out of Knit Picks Comfy Fingering or Comfy Sport. That's all of these were done out of Sport Weight. The pattern that I ended up writing up, I wrote it up in Fingering Weight. So I think this was Comfy Knit Picks Comfy Sport. This one may have been Knit Picks Comfy Sport too. I don't remember. Okay, so those are all the R&R Vest Tank Prelude. So they're slightly different weight and A-lined. So that is those. I did make, and again, I'm not going to be able to try this on. I have a pattern out called Lil Sprout, and I took that concept and just modified it and I put a cable down the side and did a little split hem. And this is out of Hobby Lobby's I Love This Cotton in khaki. And I guess I'll go into this. This is another Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. The colorway is called Serene Spa. And this is just a self-drafted raglan. I love it. I wear it all the time. If I were to make it again, I would make it longer, just a little bit. Seems like my things are just the tiniest bit too short. But with the cotton, the reason is I wash and dry my cottons in the washer and dryer, and cotton will shrink up a lot. And even though I wash and dry my swatch, it's kind of hard to, if you plan on washing and drying, it's kind of hard to tell with cotton how much it's going to shrink up. So I still wear it. I love it. I love cotton sweaters. They are my favorite. I just like the breathability of it. I don't really need anything super hot. So I do get a lot of wear out of cotton. That said, that is my only cotton sweater this year. We are coming to the end of the pile. Just a few more left. Let me grab those. Okay, this is a pattern that is currently in testing. I am thrilled with the way this pattern has turned out. I do still have ends to weave in, so you'll have to forgive that. That is not like me. If you know me, that is the first thing I do. This one, this is called I Heart Stripes, and this is made out of, it's going to be tight. It's not intended to be worn with a shirt under it. Blackbird Sycamore yarns, and the colorway is, the natural colorway is called, what's it called? I don't remember. It was something that began with an N. And then the black is black number 2. And then the khaki is a colorway I had her make for me, but she has added it to the shop. And I can't remember what she called it. I'll add that to the notes. But this is supposed to be a slightly oversized fit that you wear just with jeans or whatever. It's not giving you that effect right now because I've got a shirt under it. But oh my gosh, I love this sweater. This is probably right up at the top of one of my favorite designs ever. As a matter of fact, I'm making another one right now that I'll talk about in my next episode. Yeah, very, very, very pleased. I'm using Santa's Garn Sunday for my second one. Stephanie of Blackbird Sycamore Yarns, she has another colorway combo that I'm wanting to do, and it's a bright green. Oh, I cannot wait. I want to get that too. But anyway, love, 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 love. This is a fingering weight, top-down construction, starting with the collar, so there's nothing to pick up. You don't add any stitches under the arms. You just knit until you have the correct number of stitches, and then you separate your sleeves and work your body in the round. And it is so much fun because all of the different stripe patterns, it keeps you so engaged, and then it's just so fun to wear. This pattern will be out in the next couple of months. Testing has just recently started for it. As a matter of fact, I am still looking for testers. I still need a lot of testers. I literally just started the test call. So if you are interested, I will put my test sign up link in the description box. Please sign up. This currently goes all the way up to size 70-inch, and I do recommend anywhere from 0 to +4 inches. You could even go to a +6 inches if you wanted to do it like over a shirt or something. But yeah, let me know if you're interested. This is probably my most worn sweater of the year. This is once again a self-drafted top-down raglan, and I made this out of Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca. Love, 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 love. Again, I don't normally wear a shirt under it, though it's plenty roomy enough. I normally just wear this with leggings, and I've got a really long length to it so it covers the bum. With my leggings, it has a split hem that you cannot see because of the, here we go. And I did a nice long cuff on it, and I love this. I love everything about it. The yarn, I adore. It has the best drape to it. I will say about the yarn, if you are sensitive, this is not next to skin for you. I can wear it next to skin. The first minute to 2 minutes that I have it on, I can feel a few little prickles. After that, I don't feel anything anymore. But as soon as I put it on, I can feel prickles immediately. But I do love this yarn. I want an entire stash out of this yarn. As a matter of fact, I have 2 other sweaters that I've already made out of this yarn, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more sweater quantities worth. So I probably have about every color. So this is just, once again, self-drafted. The next 2 are Anchors sweaters out of the same yarn, Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca blend. And this one is in the colorway Celeste. And again, I did not make these to wear over a shirt. I just wore these to wear with leggings in the winter months, but a shirt looks fine under it. And love the pattern. And of course I love the yarn. This one's probably a little bigger around in the chest than I really needed. But for just a sweater around the house, I don't mind. And I can wear it out. I don't mind that either. But it is a little frumpier than I would have liked. I think my other one's the same way. I just need to figure out the correct stitch count for my chest for this sweater. Okay, there's that one. And I will show you the green one. And this colorway was called Grass. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I think we are down to the last garment. This is another pattern I have coming out. I had this past year, as a matter of fact, with this yarn, I bought the Champagne Cardigan pattern by Petite Knit, and I started making it out of this yarn, and it was massive. And I know the Petite Knit patterns are massive on me. I normally make her size 2, her second size. And I'm pretty sure that's what I did on this one as well. I may have done a size 3, just thinking, oh, I want it oversized. Anyway, it was massive. And I was like, even if I went down one size, that still wouldn't be enough. So I decided to come up with my own formula, and her construction's a little different. And I came up with what I am calling my everyday cardigan, and I love it. It's oversized without being massive. I don't feel like I'm wearing 10 pounds of fabric. It's, as you can tell, very roomy. The other one, I swear, it was like down to here. It was so big. But this is a top-down raglan construction. It has a 1x1 picked up button band, and I've got 3-inch cuffs on it, and it has such a great fit. I love, 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 love. This is another sponsored pattern from Knit Picks, and this is woolen cotton and a loft held together. And this is going to be, I wear a lot of cardigans. This is going to be my new most worn cardigan. I've still got to get proper pictures. I still haven't even blocked it yet. But it is in testing, and I do, if you're interested, I do still have a few larger sizes that I don't have testers for. So I will link this one below as well with the sizes that I'm still looking for. But this is just the best cardigan ever. I am obsessed. So this will be coming out in February. Middle of February is the release date on this one. And yeah, everyday cardigan coming your way. Yay. All right, that is it. That is that is not everything I made in 2023, but it is basically everything I made. As a designer, I do a lot of making and ripping out, making and ripping out, making and ripping out. So there's a lot of that has gone on this year. But, and again, or I don't even think I said this, I do want to say I do knit a lot. I am very, very fortunate to have a lot of knitting time. My kids are teenagers now and young adults, and I do homeschool, but now that my youngest is in high school, she goes to an online high school from home, and she has teachers, so I'm no longer teaching her directly. So I do have a lot of time, which is why last year I went and got a part-time job. The hours were getting a little more than, I mean, they were still part-time because we're only open 3 days a week, but it was still getting to be a little bit more, because this isn't the only thing I do. I also design sewing patterns. So juggling all of that got to be a bit much. So I've tried to cut back a little bit on my hours up at work so that I can put more time into my knitting patterns. So I hope to come out with some great new knitting patterns for you this year. With that said, that's why that was where I was going with all of that. Sorry. I do knit a lot. I don't expect anybody, people should not feel like that they need to keep up with a knitwear designer, because a knitwear designer is going to knit a lot more because that's what they do. So, you know, I think a normal amount of knitting would probably be 9 to 15 items. Not 40, 50, 60, whatever I've got here. I love to hear about what you have been working on this year. What has been your absolute favorite, most worn project from 2023? Please let me know below. I love to work up other designers' patterns. I really enjoy the not having to think at times. It's just nice to just follow someone else's instructions. So please share with me below what your favorite make of 2023 has been. If you want to let me know what your favorite make from my collection has been, of everything that I've made this year has been, let me know. If you just want to say hi and let me know that you stopped by, I would love to hear from you. But that is it for today. I am going to be coming out with another video that will be talking about my plans for 2024. And then I will also be putting out, probably this week, another just regular podcast. So look for those coming out very soon as well. And thank you again for stopping by, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye.